Dorsey's Music World. They're singing in history and musical literacy. Mr. Dorsey's Music World. We're living the dream starts here.
Hi, and welcome to Mr. Dorsey's Music World, 5th grade music lesson number 7. Welcome to the dream, or as we say in Espanol, buscando un sueño. I hope we're all doing well. What are we going to do today in this lesson? Let's find out. We are going to be working on 4 activities today. The first is a solfege song called Go Tell Aunt Rhody, which introduces the pitch Fa. Next, we will be reviewing the partner songs Skip to My Lou and Sandyland. Next, our cultural song is When Johnny Comes Marching Home, which is an American Civil War song. And finally, we will introduce the 8th and 2/16 note rhythm. Go tell Aunt Rhody, go tell Aunt Rhody, go tell Aunt Rhody, the old gray goose is dead. This is an old English folk song called Go Tell Aunt Rhody. If you started playing an instrument, you've probably learned this song. It's one of the first songs people learn when they play a band instrument or an orchestra instrument. We'll talk about a little bit about that later. All right, so let's learn it. Echo after me. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. The old gray goose is dead. Now, even though we sing Go Tell Aunt Rhody 3 times in a row, the melody is different. So listen very carefully, all right? Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. The old gray goose is dead. Let's sing it together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready and go. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. Go tell Aunt Rhody. The old gray goose is dead. Now, I'll play the melody. You sing it without me once, okay? 1, 2, you sing it by yourself. All right, so let's learn the melody using the solfege syllables. So there's a new solfege syllable in this one called Fa. Now, we have done many songs in the past using Fa. We just haven't broken it down and analyzed the songs that have Fa in it. And Fa is this, thumbs down. Not that it's terrible. You'll see why in a second. Echo after me. Mi, mi, re, do, do. Re, re, fa, mi, re, do. So, so, fa, mi, do. Do, re, mi, do. Okay, so what did you notice? So fa obviously is in between so and mi. So that's that pitch for a long time. I always said there's something in between there, and we learn it later. Well, now we're starting to learn what it sounds like and we'll learn what it looks like next year. So the first phrase, mi, re, do, just mi, re, do. And then it goes up a step. Re, re, fa, mi. So fa, thumbs down because it's right next to, it's actually closer to mi than it is to so. We'll learn more about that soon. So fa, mi, fa, mi. Then the third phrase goes up another step. Mi, or sorry, it starts on so. So, so, fa, mi. So the first phrase is do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Then the second phrase is re, mi, fa. And then the third phrase is mi, fa, so. And then the last phrase goes back to do, re, mi. So if you notice, so when we start to write our own music using this, those are some things to take in mind. See, each phrase is just 3 pitches. Why do we learn this song when we first learn a band instrument or an orchestra instrument like a trumpet, flute, violin, trombone, things like that, saxophone? Yes, saxophone. Well, because those 5 notes, do, re, mi, fa, and so, are all right next to each other. They're a step away from each other. When we learn how to sing, it's easier if they're a little bit farther apart than a step. However, when we're learning how to play an instrument and you're learning the fingerings, it's a lot easier to learn songs where you're just, here's one note and then the next note is right next to it, then the next note is right next to it, so you're going kind of in order of either putting down fingers or lifting up fingers. So this is why this is a very good song to learn when you're learning a band instrument for the first time. Hey, Mr. Dorsey, didn't we already do these 2 songs earlier this year? Well, yeah, of course we did. However, I feel like we're getting towards the end of the year, and, the partner songs have been the activity that I've gotten back from you that is the most challenging. So it's worth going over it again. So I'm just going to repeat the video from the 3rd lesson for these 2 partner songs. And we'll see if you get the gist of it a little bit more. Okay?
Flies in the buttermilk, shoe, fly, shoe. Make my buttermilk, shoe, fly, shoe. Flies in the buttermilk, shoe, fly, shoe. Skip to my little, my darling.
Sweet banana bread. What was that? Let's see that again.
Flies in the buttermilk, shoe, fly, shoe. Make my buttermilk, shoe, fly, shoe. Flies in the buttermilk, shoe, fly, shoe. Skip to my little, my darling.
Wow. Okay. So what was happening there? There's a lot to unpack. So is that a round? No, you're right. It's not a round, because a round would be something where it's the same song sung at different times. They started and ended at the same time, and they were singing different songs. These are called partner songs, obviously, because partners go together. So hopefully. So over the next 2 lessons, we're going to take apart and learn how to sing Sandyland and Skip to My Lou together as partner songs. Now, just like you've done with the rounds, try it with a friend, try it with a family member. We're not here in school right now. Do it with Mr. Dorsey when he's side by side, the both of us. Pick one, then do the other. So let's learn these 2 songs. They're pretty easy. Okay, so Skip to My Lou. So this is a pretty popular, well-known song, but just in case you don't, it's fine. Let's learn it. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Now, before we try to sing that one together, notice that even though the lyrics or the words to the song happen 3 times are the same and then the last time is different, they are not sung the same way. The melody and pitches are different. So the first line goes, now listen to the second line. You hear that? The rhythm is the same. The pitches are different. So you have to watch out for that. And then the third line is the same as the first line. So now let's try it all together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready and sing. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Okay, let's learn Sandyland. Echo after me. Make my living in the sandy land. Make my living in the sandy land. Make my living in the sandy land. Ladies, fare thee well. So again, just like Skip to My Lou, it follows the same pattern. The first three lines, the lyrics are exactly the same. The fourth line, the lyrics are different. And just like Skip to My Lou, the first line and the third line of Sandyland are the same. The second line is different. The rhythm is the same, the pitches are different. So now let's try that one together, okay? 2, ready and sing. Make my living in the sandy land. Make my living in the sandy land. Make my living in the sandy land. Ladies, fare thee well. Okay, so now that you know both parts, now we put it together. So I'm going to play the video that I showed you at the beginning. I'm going to do it 2 times in a row. So you have a chance to kind of practice it a couple times. You can go back and do this whole section again. You know, whatever it takes to help you get it right. Remember, we're going to follow some of the kind of the same strategies that we use when we do a round. So in a round, remember, we have to still listen to the other part. It's because we're trying to make music. We're not just trying to sing your part and I can't think about them right now, because it's how it goes together. That's why we do them as partner songs. Now the challenge is, yes, you got to be very confident about what you're singing in order for you to kind of listen to the other part and the other people singing around you. So let's give it a try. Next week, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add the second verse to both parts, so it'll make it a little bit longer. Okay? Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Make my living in the fly shoe. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Make my buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Flies in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe. Skip to my Lou, my darling.
Mr. Dorsey's Music World History Minute.
When Johnny Comes Marching Home is based on an old Irish anti-war song called Johnny I Hardly Knew Ye. It was sung by both sides and was used as motivation to tell what would happen when the war is over and the soldiers return home. This song is very positive and the exact opposite of the original Irish version, which had Johnny returning home blind and crippled. Yikes! Patrick Gilmore was born in 1829 in Ireland and died in 1892 in the United States. He is one of the most important figures in American music in the 19th century. He organized and led several music and peace festivals. He led the band at the Centennial Ceremony in Philadelphia in 1876, the band at the Statue of Liberty's dedication in 1886, and was part of Thomas Edison's first commercial recordings.
Mr. Dorsey's Music World History Minute.
When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah, we'll give them a hearty welcome then, hurrah, hurrah. The men will cheer, the boys will shout, the ladies they will all turn out, and we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. That is the first verse of When Johnny Comes Marching Home. So let's take a minute or two and learn that right now. So echo after me. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. We'll give them a hearty welcome then. Hurrah, hurrah. The men will cheer. The boys will shout. The ladies, they will all turn out. And we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. Okay, I will sing it and you echo, please. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. We'll give them a hearty welcome then. Hurrah, hurrah. The men will cheer, the boys will shout. The ladies, they will all turn out. And we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. All right, let's sing it together. Let's see what happens, all right? 1, 2, ready, sing. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. We'll give them a hearty welcome then, hurrah, hurrah. The men will cheer, the boys will shout, the ladies they will all turn out, and we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. We'll give them a hearty welcome then, hurrah, hurrah. The men will cheer, the boys will shout, the ladies they will all turn out, and we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. The old church bell will peal with joy, hurrah, hurrah, to welcome home our darling boy, hurrah, hurrah. The village lads and lasses say with roses they will strew the way, and we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home.
Get ready for the Jubilee, hurrah, hurrah. We'll give the hero 3 times 3, hurrah, hurrah. The laurel wreath is ready now to place upon his loyal brow, and we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. Let love and friendship on that day, hurrah, hurrah. Their choicest pleasures then display, hurrah, hurrah. And let each one perform some part to fill with joy the warrior's heart, and we'll all feel grand when Johnny comes marching home. Mr. Dorsey's Music World Lyric Vocabulary.
When Johnny Comes Marching Home, the Civil War song. Hearty, loud and cheerful. Turn out, come out to go see something or someone, like a parade. Grand, wonderful, and happy, like Homer Simpson. Woohoo! Peal, bell ringing. Lads and lasses, boys and girls. Strew or scatter, the roses they will strew the way. So if you look at the photograph, that's like in a wedding, but that would also happen sometimes like in a parade or something like that. Jubilee, a celebration. 3 times 3, 3 cheers repeated 3 times, like hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray. Laurel wreath, a wreath worn on someone's head. In ancient times, it meant you won a sporting event or a battle. Brow, forehead.
Mr. Dorsey's Music World Lyric Vocabulary. Mr. Dorsey's Music World Literacy Lesson. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight.
Our new rhythm is in the first half of Simple Gifts 7 times. So, what does it look like, and what rhythm syllables are we going to use? Well, to figure that out, let's go back to some prior knowledge and look at our 4/16 note patterns. Remember, because it has 4 note heads, there are 4 sounds. And because the stems are connected at the top by 2 beams, that means it's going to fit inside 1 beat. And the rhythm syllables we use are takatiki. So now let's take a look at our 8th and 2/16 note patterns. Even before we hear this rhythm pattern, we notice that there are 3 note heads. That means there's going to be 3 sounds. Then the stems are connected at the top by beams. So that means all 3 sounds are going to fit inside 1 beat. However, because there is 1 beam connecting all 3 stems and a second beam connecting only 2 of the stems, that means the sounds are going to be uneven. So when we look at our prior knowledge next to our new knowledge, we notice that the 8th and 2/16 note rhythm pattern looks very similar to the 4/16 note patterns without the second note head, or ka sound. So if 4/16 notes is takatiki, we could read the 8th and 2/16 note patterns as ta-tiki. The reverse of this new pattern, 2/16 note 8th, would sound takati, without the last note head of the 4/16 note pattern.
Mr. Dorsey's Music World Literacy Lesson.
Woo! That's going to be a fun rhythm to learn, huh? doing things with 2/8 notes, 4/16 notes, and 1/8 and 2/16 notes together. That's going to be a lot of fun. You've probably done a lot of songs or heard a lot of songs that already have that rhythm in it for the beat. So we're going to have a lot of fun learning how to use that and learning how to create with it. However, we are out of time for today, which is too bad. It's always great to see you. It's always great to make music with you. I wish we could do it together, but this is the best way right now to stay safe and healthy. So until next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again.
Mr. Dorsey's Music World. They're singing in history and musical literacy. Mr. Dorsey's Music World. We're living the dream starts here.